as your frequent flyer card is also a prepaid debit. And they've been very successful at getting that out there. And again, in terms of proposition and where you make money, they're making the money on the balances that are sitting on all these cards. They're making money on the the foreign exchange, or turning it from a Kiwi dollar into, say, British pounds. So additional revenue streams coming further down the line. Now, the reason why I picked that one up is British Airways have got a prepaid debit, not something they push particularly, much onto their, their members, or at least from what I can see. And what's not happened, the next bit where all of that goes, so, for your bit of opportunities, is where does this all then become into wallets? Now, the mobile wallets and those other things really haven't, totally taken off. And in addition to, what I do for, we've got a dedicated co-brand track at our conferences, but we also run a payment and fraud conference. So that whole bit with, if you listen to the people who are trying to do mobile wallets, a whole lot of the customers are saying, until I can have my driver's license in there, till I can have everything in the one wallet, it hasn't achieved critical mass. Although the very interesting bit is, especially in your market, if Starbucks certainly have, and it's an interesting bit that potentially Starbucks haven't, sort of kind of moved into the co-branding market, but who knows what they're planning. So I think, kind of in terms of opportunities, what happens when people stop physically carrying cards? So I don't know if you've seen, it's a very interesting product called Revolut.
Which one?
It's Revolution, but without the ION on the end. So you can actually have a physical card. I've ordered a physical, it's a MasterCard, but it's all about, how you can transfer money online and do it all from an app. And there's almost an interesting bit of, is that where it's all going to go? So if it all starts going to apps, does the co-branding disappear? Is the co-branding interesting? Those are some of the bits in terms of, I actually think there's a huge opportunity there, but consumers are not there yet. So they're not, and I don't know whether consumers are not there yet because they're just not interested, or it's too complicated, or, as I mentioned earlier, that, my driver's license and everything else that's in my physical wallet isn't there. And so, just in terms of opportunities and things, I definitely think that's, one part. The other part...
It looks more like a threat versus the opportunity, right?
Well, if you think about it, if you look at, the stuff that, some of the people were discussing at our conference earlier here in the UK, where we had quite a few European people in, and just, like all the, the regulated interchange stuff is still settling down. If you can't make money off of, and let's just call it interchange just for the sake of argument, if you can't make money off the pure interchange, okay, well, where can you make money? So foreign exchange, interest-free periods, charging, for the cards, looking at all the other parts. So there's revenue, right, from those potential income streams. Then there's the other side, which is your costs. So if you don't physically have to issue a card, how much are you going to save? Is that going to make a significant difference to your overall margin? So if it's moving on to a physical wallet, it's looking at the other side of the things that come with it. Do you reduce your customer service? Do you force people to go online to get the customer service so that you can save money? So it's kind of like, how do you earn additional fees from things like foreign exchange, and then how do you save money? Do you physically need to send a card?
No,